Now is John Haggie, who is the Newfoundland Minister of Justice and Public Safety. Minister, I have to ask you, can I get your reaction as the Minister of Public Safety and Justice to talk about a man who has been arrested and is expected to appear in court for intentionally trying to set brush fires? A very dangerous prospect, it sounds like, if it is true. What's your reaction to that happening in your province?
In a way, disbelief. I mean, really, we've been in this situation, which is an abnormally bad forest fire season. The province is a tinderbox for some time. And we have, by and large, had an extremely good response from Newfoundlanders and Labradorians, and they have been careful. And then to find someone who is going out and doing this, I mean, it's nuts, basically. I cannot fathom it.
Yeah, it certainly is hard to comprehend, considering, where a lot of the country stands right now. I want to get your overall response to and your overall reaction to where things have been, in particular when it comes to coordination, right? There are wildfires burning across the country. I know that Newfoundland is some of the hardest hit right now. Is the province receiving all the support it needs from the federal government, from fire response agencies and beyond, or give us a sense of that?
I've been very impressed with the coordination, both between volunteer fire departments, between the province, and then between the province and the federal government, and our colleagues through the Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Centre have, or cooperation I think it's called, have been extremely good. We've had significant resources added to our own. I mean, for example, we have 13 air assets of our own, and from outside we've had another 10, mostly from other jurisdictions, so Ontario, Quebec and New Brunswick in particular, and really like to take this opportunity to thank them. I've had excellent dialogue with the federal minister, Minister Olszewski, and she has been very helpful, and her staff are working hard to fill in any gaps in terms of resources that we need. We've got Coast Guard vessels, Coast Guard helicopters, and we have armed forces personnel on the ground doing firefighting.
I want to ask you, too, we heard from the Premier, too. We just ran a short clip of him responding and saying that up to 100 structures have lost. That fire, that Kingston fire, is still very intense. It's hard to get a sense of what's happening. Are you expecting the loss of more structures? And again, at least for now, no loss of life, which is probably the best news and clearly the best news in all of this. And people are listening to evacuation orders and alerts. But what is the latest on that fire in particular as it still continues to burn out of control?
It is slowly progressing in a northerly direction. It's been basically blown by the wind. We've had some success at the southern end with dozer guards and fire breaks. But at the northern end, it's been something of a challenge. Every time we try and build a fire break, the fire advances very rapidly, and we have to pull people out for their own safety because they can't work under those circumstances. I would be surprised if the number 100 stays at that number. We are in a situation where we find out that we can't actually see into some communities because of the smoke. We think there may be significant loss, and then the following day we go and we find out structures have been spared. That's not always the case. So really and honestly, we are literally going to have to wait for the smoke to clear before we have a real accurate count.
And what does your message continue to be to Newfoundlanders and Labradorians who are, again, in the midst of all this, those that have evacuated and those that are maybe, are standing by in the possibility they still might have to leave their homes?
This fire season will come to an end. It's not quite like COVID, where we never knew what was going to happen next and how long it was going on. Our forest fire season will end. They have, as they have done before with other crises, stuck together, helped each other. And in the tales of woe and loss and grief over their homes, there are gems of people reaching out and helping each other, because that's what we do. We have stayed strong, and we are being kind to each other wherever possible.
We talked about that Newfoundland spirit yesterday. It certainly is on full display. John Haggie, Minister of Justice and Public Safety, thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much.